Hello viewers, I'm Sadia Khan and you're watching YouTube channel Learn with Sadia. My topic for today's class is root and its modifications. I picked this topic from class 11 biology. So, in our previous video we have studied about uh, two root systems, taproot system as well as adventitious root systems. So both the taproot systems as well as adventitious root system undergoes modification. First we will discuss taproot modifications and then move to adventitious root modifications. Here this is a list of the kinds of taproot modifications. The first one is storage or fleshy roots. Second is prop or stilt roots. Third is nodulated roots. Then the last one is pneumatophores or respiratory roots. So taproot is undergoing four kinds of modifications. Now we will see each and every type along with examples and their pictures. So what is the first kind of taproot modification? Storage or fleshy root. See here, why the roots are undergoing modification? See, roots are usually performing some function like absorption of water, minerals, and then they are translocating, they are transporting that water and minerals to the various parts of the plant body. So, other than that, they are changing their structure and shape, they are getting modified. Why are they doing so? So that they can perform some extra functions. So, in the first type, storage or fleshy roots, again, the roots are of four types: conical, fusiform, tuberous, napiform. These four types are formed based on their structure and shape. See, root is storing the food material. When it is storing the food material, the shape is getting changed. So, it is changing into different shapes. So, based on that, the storage or fleshy roots are divided into four types. They are conical, fusiform, tuberous, napiform. We will see each and every one. Then we will move to second one, prop or stilt roots, nodulated roots. Then we have pneumatophores or respiratory roots. Moving to the definitions, see the first one in the list is storage roots or fleshy roots. In storage roots, see, as we know in taproot system, there will be a primary root. Primary root will give rise to secondary and tertiary roots. Okay. Here primary root is usually getting fleshy. It is getting bulged out due to the storage of food materials, and secondary and tertiary most of the times are performing the function of absorption. So in that we have the first type, that is conical. See, conical, the name itself indicates that the root is turning to a root cone shaped structure. These roots have broad base tapering towards the apex, giving it a shape as that of a cone. See, what is the shape of a cone? At the one end it will be very broad in base, so at the other end it will be very tapered. So by till we reach the apex, till we reach the tip, it gets very sharp. That is cone shape. See, you can take the example of carrot for it. Docus carota is its scientific name. Carrot will be broad at one base and it will be very narrow and tapered at the other end. That is conical shaped modification. The next one we have in the list is fusiform. In these roots, the middle portion becomes thicker or swollen and tapers on both the ends. Here we have the example, Raphanus sativus, radish. So what is the scientific name of radish? Raphanus sativus. So what is fusiform? In fusiform, generally in the central part, central or the middle portion will be swollen. Okay, and the top region as well as the bottom region, it will be tapered. What is the meaning of tapered? Turning to a sharp point. Okay, it is not broad, it is looking like how the cone ends. Here the tapered end will be present at the top or at the bottom or at both the sides. Okay, so example for fusiform is radish, Raphanus sativus. Then we have the next modification, third one, tuberous. These roots have the irregular shape. Example is Mirabilis jalapa, which is usually called as a 4 o'clock plant. Okay. Here tuberous means it is turning like a tuber shaped structure and it is not having an exact shape. Then moving to the next one, napiform. See, the upper portion of the fleshy root is inflated or swollen, which tapers towards the lower end. Upper end is inflated, it is little flat. Okay, I mean, if you imagine carrot, it is like it is very vertical as well as very, it is not so thick. But when it comes to napiform structure, in napiform the base is very broad when compared to the conical form. Here the base is very broad, and suddenly it will become very sharp at the other end. We will see the examples and pictures. Okay, so in napiform we have the examples: Brassica napus, that is turnip. Brassica napus, that is turnip. Then we have Chenopodium album. Then we have Beta vulgaris, beetroot. See, beetroot is the most common example preferred for napiform. It will have a very broad base at one end. Suddenly it tapers to a thin end. Okay, so examples we need to remember: Brassica napus, that is scientific name of turnip. Then we have Chenopodium album. Then we have Beta vulgaris, which is beetroot. So this picture will give us more clarity regarding the kinds of storage root modifications. The first one you can see conical root, which for which we studied the example of Docus carota. It is broad at one side and it is tapered at the apex, if you can notice this conical root. Now if you move to the next picture, fusiform root. Fusiform root generally it's seen in radish, Raphanus sativus. It is thick or swollen in the middle part, and it is little bit tapered at the top and at the apex at the bottom. I mean, if you in this picture at the bottom, if you can see, it is tapered at both the ends. In napiform you can see napiform beetroot, Beta vulgaris, we have studied the example. It is very broad or thick and flat at the top, and when it is moving downwards towards the soil at the apex of the root, it is suddenly becoming tapered, napiform root. Then we have tuberous root. Tuberous root actually has no appropriate shape, I can say. Okay, so hope this picture gave you a little clarity on what are the storage or fleshy roots. Okay, we have conical, fusiform, napiform, tuberous root. So now we are done with the first type, storage roots or fleshy roots is completed. We will now move to prop roots. See, prop roots, they arise from horizontal aerial branches. See, usually from where do the roots arise? They arise from the bottom part, that is from the radicle they arise and they enter into the soil. Okay, that is the actual root. From where are these prop roots arising? They are arising from the horizontal aerial branches. See, on the stem we have branches. Okay, and the branches, which see, they grow horizontal. The stem, body of the stem will be vertical, branches will grow horizontal. So these aerial means which are growing upwards. These aerial horizontal branches, they are giving rise to roots, and those roots are called as prop roots. Initially they are hygroscopic. Okay, initially means when they are very tender, they will absorb water, they are hygroscopic. They grow vertically downward, penetrate into the soil, become thick and assume the shape of pillars. Example, Ficus bengalensis. See here, prop roots, from where do they arise? They arise from the horizontal branches of the trees. They arise from the stem part actually. From horizontal branches of the trees, prop roots arise and they are growing towards the soil. Okay, after growing towards the soil, they will reach the soil, they will provide proper anchorage also. Third type is nodulated roots. See, the plants of Leguminosae family are characterized by the presence of nodules on branches of root in which nitrogen fixation bacteria are present. Example, Cicer aretinum. What is the example of nodulated roots? Cicer aretinum. See, in the members of Leguminosae family members, so all the plants of Leguminosae family members, they have these root nodules. They have nodules present on their roots. So these nodules contain nitrogen fixing bacteria. As we know, plants cannot assimilate the nitrogen directly. So in this root nodules, these nitrogen fixing bacteria are staying symbiotically and absorbing the nitrogen, and in this way plant is getting benefit. So these are nodulated roots. Then the last taproot modification we have in the list is pneumatophores. Pneumatophores are also called as respiratory roots. Okay. This type of roots arise from underground branches of the taproot in an upward direction. That is negatively geotropic. Negatively geotropic means they are going against the ground. Bears numerous spores. So these roots, they bear numerous spores called as pneumatodes. Here we have example Avicennia and Soneraceae. See here, pneumatophores are nothing but from the roots. These pneumatophores are arising from the branches of the roots and they are growing towards the ground, not towards the soil. They are growing towards the sun and they bear small pores in it called as pneumatodes, and from that exchange of gases occur. So what is the purpose of this pneumatophores? The purpose of pneumatophores, it is for the easy respiration. That's why they are also called as respiratory roots. Okay. The purpose of nodulated root was to fix the nitrogen. The purpose of prop roots was to provide anchorage. The purpose of storage roots was to store the food material. See, in this picture you can see prop roots. Prop roots are usually growing from the aerial branches, and these roots are growing towards the soil, and the purpose of these roots is to provide proper anchorage. In this picture, you can observe nodular roots. Generally in leguminaceae members, root is developing nodule-like structures, and in that nodules, symbiotic bacteria are residing and they are fixing the atmospheric nitrogen. In this picture, you can see pneumatophores or respiratory roots which are arising from the roots and growing in opposite direction from the soil. Okay, they are negatively geotropic, and on those roots we can observe small pore like structures called pneumatodes. These roots are helping in respiration. So in this video we have seen taproot modifications. So in my next video we will be studying about adventitious root modifications. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. Please do subscribe my channel and do not forget to like, share, comment and press the bell icon. Thank you.